lecture, we're going to be talk about how we can develop the shading model or the 3D model in the PVC software as per the site condition. So basically, whenever we develop the model, we'll have to be click on the near shading option. In the near shading, when we see the total active area of an panel is 20 meters square and the fill tilt is 24 degree. Azimuth angle is 0, so toward true south direction, we're going to be locate that. So basically, whenever we want to draw it, we'll have to just click on the construction and the perspective. But before we can just go for construction and perspective, we'll have to visit the site. We'll have to take out the measurement, and according to that, we're going to be just write the model or prepare the model into the PVC software. So for that purpose, I just opened the Google Earth software. So this software is freely available on the Google Earth website. So you can just download this particular software, write the name of a site over here. You can zoom on the particular site, and here in the ruler icon, whenever you just click on this ruler icon, so you can able to measure the distances also. So let's say I want to measure the width wise this home height up this particular width actually on this side. So we'll have to click on the line command. We'll have to just select like this in the ruler, and we'll have to be measure like this. So total on an average the 8 meter will be the height. I mean the 8 meter will be the width on the particular site. So we just clear it. Once again, we're going to be measure the length of the home also from this side. When we measure the length, it is on an average that 12 meter has been written. So 12 meter it is coming on the particular site over here. You can just read like this. So this is a 12 meter, we can take it over here. So now once we have taken this, so we must know the overall width is 8 meter, the length is 12 meter, height of the home is near about 5 to 6 meters. So we just take it as in 5 meter as per the realistic measurement. So the dimensions that we have to decide, that is a 8 by 12 by 5, that is a 5 the height that we are taking for this particular residential building. Thereafter, when we just identify what is the basic area will be there, so we have to choose on the polygon. Then we have to choose the unit also, in which unit we want to display the area. So let's say the square meter if we are taking it, then we can just measure the area over here also. So from this corner up to this, we're going to be select this particular corner, we're going to be just measure the area like this. So we just appropriately adjust. So total 98 to 96 will be the area, we can just take it over here. So some of the parameter we just leave it on the side. So on an average 96 to 98 will be the area we can get it on the particular site. Next thing is that whatever the shading parameters are available on a site is that there is a trees has been available on this particular site. So you can just see it over here. On this side the tree height is near about 6 meter height, we can just take it like this as per the realistic measurement. On this side also the tree is having the height of 6 meter. So the overall height of the residential building is 5 meter. So this parameter that we can identify after observing this particular site, and same thing we try to model into the PVSyst software. So now we'll have to be just click on this construction and the perspective. We just click on that. Once we are just clicking on that, it will going to be open the screen over here actually. So in this particular screen, you can see on the north, south, east, west, and the zenith has been written. So we just click on the create. In the create, we're going to be click on the building and compose object. So from this, we're going to be compose the object. So on the side, when we see it is a rectangular type of the concrete type of the slab will be there. So we'll have to prepare the rectangular type of the structure. So once we have clicked on the add object, again we'll have to just click it over here, add object. So whenever we click on this add object, so it will saying that the various type of the shapes are there. So whenever you see there is a parallel pipe is there, then we have a square pyramid will be there, then we can see the portion of cylinder is there. When we see the two-sided roof is also been available, like the house with two-sided roof, we have to define the length, width and height. Then there will be the tree can also be available here. Cable we can show. Mansard roof will be there. That kind of a structure is also been available. Wind turbine is been available. So like that, the various ready-made objects are available. Either we can prepare this object, or rather we can ready-madely import from the site. Okay, so we just take it the rectangular type of the structure, or we can say the parallel pipe type of the structure. We can take it over here like this. So we want the 3D object over here. So when we see it is a rectangle type of the structure will be there. So we have to define the width of that. So let's say the width as per the measurement, we have a 8 meter. Again, we have a height of overall length of the 12 meter as per the measurement dimensions. Then we have the height of the building. It is a 5 meter as per the measurement. We just take it like this. If you want to give the color to this particular home also, that also you can just give and select the color, which color you want to give on the site. So let's say this color, we can just give it to that and just click on the OK. So this color will going to be assigned to this residential building what we have designed, and just close the object. Once we have closed the object, you can see the building will become on the particular screen. If you want to see the 3D object for it, you just have to click on the render button, realistic and technical view. So you can just see over here, whatever the color we have given, it has been assigned, and this is the overall structure that will going to be look like over here. One pencil tab is also been given, so whatever the shape that you want to draw, that you can draw with the help of the pencil also. If I want to see the view, so let's say the pan command we can utilize to move the object on the particular side. We can use the I command to rotate the object to see the 3D view. We can use the XY plane, we can use the ZX plane and the ZY plane. As per the requirement, we can use this plane. With a zoom in button, you can just zoom, you can just zoom out over here. So these are if a measurement also been required, so you can give the measurement over here by measuring this side like this. You can just height measure. So 8 meter, you can just see it over here. Height, length, width, you can measure with the help of this measuring tab. With the help of the arrow, you can select the object also like this. So once we have just comfortable with this particular commands which has been given, now we just going to design the further project. Total we have a 3 number of a string, and each string we have the 4 number of a solar panel that we are connecting. So once we have done this, thereafter we have to just close this object. Now the object will come on the main screen. Then we have to click on the create button. Here we ready-madely prepare the PV table also. We can prepare the PV table or PV array we can construct, the tracker we can construct, the overall dome type of a structure we can construct, or array shading also we can able to construct. So let's say we'll take the single PV table. So in a single PV table will going to be clicked, and here we have to decide how many panel that we have to connect, what is the orientation of that and all that. So here we're going to be select the tilt angle as per the tilt angle what we have calculated, that is a 24 degree. Azimuth angle is 0, baseline slope will be 0. Color you can select as per the requirement. So color of the solar panel is mostly having the blue color, so we select the blue color and OK. Thereafter we have to give the table size. What should be the table size? So we have to place the panel in the portrait mode, we have to place the panel in the landscape mode, that also we can prepare. Number of a module, their length. So we are connecting the 4 module in the one table, and we just select only the one row will be there into the one table. So this is our string number 1. So landscape mode we can keep, a portrait mode we can keep. As per the shading analysis, we can also able to decide that. So let's say in the landscape mode we can keep it like this. Thereafter the modding spacing on XY size, it has been written over here, that is a by default. Whenever we do the mid clamp and end clamp, that time it is required the spacing between the 2 modules. So the total area will be the 6.64 meter square for this particular table area. That is a mounting structure that we can say. Once we have decided this, thereafter we can just close this object. Now you can see this object will be visible over here. If we click on the render, you can just see the color of this object has been written. Okay, so once we have done it, thereafter we have to just close the scene. Once again we just click on the construct and perspective, and now see this is our object. Now we have to be adjust this panel on the site. So as per the site observation, when we see we can identify the tree has been written over here 6 meter, this is also 6 meter on this side and this side. Now we try to construct the realistic object over here. So here we're going to be construct the tree. So later we're going to be work out on this solar panel where we're going to be place it, or we can place, and later we can also define this particular tree parameter. Okay, so let's say if I want to move this array on the upper side or top of the side, we know the overall height is 5 meter. So we just click on this particular array. Once we click on this particular array, thereafter we have to click on the modify button. In the modify button, we can able to just move this array like this in the upper way, on the left hand right hand side, on the backward and fourth side like this. So we just going to move it like this. We just going to move on this side and we try to place on the side. So let's say if I want to place the module on this side lengthwise, if I want to place, so use the rotate button and try to rotate the module like this, module table like this. Once we have rotated that, once again use the modify button. Once again we use the modify button, slightly move like this where we want to place it, try to adjust over here like this. So let's say here we're going to be placed the first module like this. If I want to check this in the 3 dimension, you can vary the views also. Let's say in the ZX plane, how it will going to look like. So there is a space. There is a space will be remaining over here. So we just select this object and we try to place the object like this. Here we're going to be place the object. Okay. So like this, if I want to define the dimensions also, through dimension we can write x, what is the dimension in meter, we can write y meter, we can write here also, we can just change it like this actually. So let's say this south direction will be located on this side. South direction will be located on this side and we want to keep the azimuth angle over here. So that according to the side direction also we can rotate it once again. So like this, let's say if I am keeping towards the south direction, we just see the orientation. It is on north side. We try to rotate towards the south direction. Okay. In this way, we can just prepare like this. We try to change the view. We just see how this particular view will be there. Okay. Now we try to move the panel like this. On this side, on height wise, we try to move the panel. Okay. Somewhere here we have place. Again, we just place it on the backward side. Towards the south direction we can orient. Let's say the XY view we can see. So proper orientation that will going to be required. So we try to make it rotate on this side. Okay, so this orientation angle we can just fix it on this side towards the south direction. So it will be very easy for us to simulate the particular object. Once we have done the one table, now the same table will going to be copy now. So once again we use the array command. We just click on this. Simply we're going to be select the select object. We zoom it. We select this particular object. We copy this object, Control C and Control V. So now the same object will going to be copied. Move the object further like this. So let's say inter-row spacing. Inter-row spacing, if I want to set from pitch to pitch angle. So basically from this side, or if you are taking this side from this one to this one, that is a pitch angle for the array we can say. Or the top of the side, top of the corner up to top of the corner. This is a pitch side. So let's say the pitch angle or the pitch side that will going to be take it as an 4. So the inter-row spacing on an average coming near about 2 meter. So we can avoid the shadow also. We just come down to the original parameter. I'll just select the object. We'll select the view like this. Okay. And we just come down to the original side. And from this, we try to measure the 4 meter. You can just see towards the y-axis, it will going to be moving actually on this particular side. So now it is 2.29. So from 2.29, we try to measure the 4. This is a 3 point. So like this, we try to measure like this. Up to the 4 we have taken. Let's say if I want to measure the distance, that also you can measure from this point to this point. What is the distance is there? 1.76 meter, 68 meter like this. So once again we try to move the object, check it what is the distance will be there. We take a measure command from this corner to this corner. It is a 2 meter of the distance, so that the proper designing that will going to be have. So here 2.29 that we have written. So here we can return 6.29. So automatically we can get the 4-meter distance over here, 4-meter distance. But that could be the higher distance could be possible here. So the available area is not been allowing for shooting purposes or moving purposes. So we try to reduce the inter-row spacing in that case. So we just keep it as in 3 meter. So this is the 2 meter of an area that we can say, and we try to reduce up to 5.29 distance like this. So now the inter-row spacing that we had, we can reduce. Now we just take it an Y view, XY view, and we try to move the panel in the same orientation. Okay. Again, we copy the same thing. The third table we are going to be copy now, and we try to move the table like this. We take the ZX YZ plane from this side. The distance will be 5.32. So we just add the 3. So we are getting 8.32. So we just keep it like this. We just write it over here 8.32, and we can just add it over here like this. We take it an XY view, and we try to adjust this panel table like this. Okay. Now here we can just see rendering how the solar panel array on the top of the rooftop area, how it will going to be look like. Okay. So once we have taken this, click on the close scenes. Once again, we just click on the construct and perspective. Okay. So once we have located this particular array on the back side, now we're going to be locate the tree here. So we just click on the create object, building component and object. Here we'll add the add object. Okay. Now in adding object, we're going to take the tree now. We require the height of 6 meter. We take a tree. Medium height point, we'll take it as in 6 meter. Medium height, that will going to be take it as in 3 meter. Lower par will be the 3 meter. Trunk height will be just take it as an 3 meter. Thereafter medium diameter will be the 4 meter we take it. Trunk diameter will be the same that we're going to be take, but height will we are taking as an 6 meter. If I want to give the color also, we give the green color to the tree, and we're just going to be okay over here and just close the object. So now we have imported the tree and just once again close the object. Now the same tree we can import on this side, actually on this particular side. So overall metering distance what is been required, that is 6 meter that we required actually. So we just try to work out on this. Once again we're going to be just click on the properties of the tree. If any property that we have elevated, that we can just work out here. Anything that we want to change, that we can just change it over here. Let's say the 3 meter top of the side we can able to do like this. So 3 meter on this upper side, and the trunk on the lower side it is 3 meter. So total 6 meter that is having. And now we just close the object and once again close the object. Okay, we just keep it the tree like this. If I want to move the tree on this side, if I want to move the tree, we just click on modify button. We try to move the tree on this side exactly as per the site location or the actual view that we can able to create like this. Okay, the tree we have constructed over here. Same tree we can just copy paste now. Once again we take one tree. We take a modify button. We try to just pull out this tree on lower side. Okay, we just zoom it like this. It is far apart from the dimensions. We just take it like this towards the side. We just visualize the plane where actually in the 3D way it has been located. So on lower side we just keep it like this. On this side we just try to take it like this. Okay, once again if any object is moving as per our requirement, so we just try to adjust this. We just check it in 3D view how it will going to look like. Okay, so with the help of pan command we're going to be just move on this side. So let's say the tree will be located on this side as per the visualization view. We take the XY view. We just see like this on the top of the view how it will going to look like. towards this side. Okay. So this is a regular view as per the observation we can able to prepare. Okay. In the rendering, when we just see, okay. So once we have taken out this, we just close the scene now. Once again, we go to the construction, and here we're going to be click on the render and just see the overall view. It will going to look like this. As per the site condition, the two trees we have shown and the solar panel that we have installed on the site in the landscape mode. If I want to do the portrait, that also we can able to do it like this. Total 3 strings and 12 number of an solar panel. Once we have taken this, we'll have to click on close scene button. So we just click on the close scene button. Now here we can see please correct the shading scenes. So whatever the error that it has is written, so that also we can able to do it like this. So here actually we'll have to prepare the table also. So we can just click on the table, and here we try to prepare the table, but whatever the error while doing it, so that also we can construct. So error is field table row, the plane azimuth, it should be between the 80 and the this. Okay, we try to do just correction on this. So as per the requirement or whatever the correction the software will going to be suggest, that also we can able to implement like this. So on this table number 1, just open like this. From here we can just change out the properties. Okay, so anything that we want to change, azimuth angle. So azimuth angle, initially what we have selected, it is a 0. So we'll have to be keep it azimuth angle as in 0. Okay, so we're just going to close the object. Similarly, on this azimuth angle also we're going to be take it. Here also we just check out basic parameter. Here also the azimuth angle is minus of 360.5. Make it as in 0. Okay. Then the row number 1. Also we just check it out over here. Also the azimuth angle has been changed while just rotating these particular dimensions. So as per what we have defined in the software, it should be matched like this. Okay. We just give the XY button, again modify 1. Select this array, modify 1, move it like this. Okay, we have done it. We just close the scene, construction perspective. Okay, now we just able to select over here. So all the azimuth angle as per the software that we have selected plus the tilt angle. Now we try to prepare the table over here. So we try to prepare the table. Now when we see this particular table, you will find that whenever you are clicking on this table, all the shading, at which time how much amount of the shading is coming, or how much amount of the shading factor that will going to become. So this we can able to analyze from this. So click on the table, and now you can just see it over here. I just zoom it like this. So this is a azimuth angle has been height has been written, that is altitude angle in the vertical way. Horizontally the azimuth angle has been written. Now you can see whenever there is a 0 degree azimuth that we are preparing, so at a 10 degree of the sun will going to be elevate in the sky. So we'll find 0.052, that will be the shading factor will be there, because the tree has been available on the site. Again, when the 20 degree is the elevation height is there, that time at a 20 degree of azimuth angle of the sun, we are getting 0.394, that will be the shading factor. So it is due to the tree height what we have taken on the site. So this kind of a shading factor we are getting actually. From this table we can able to analyze how much amount of the shading will going to become, and this will be the shading factor, which is a quite low actually as per our placement of a solar panel. If the shading will be more, we can also give the more amount of the inter row spacing, and we try to reduce the shading over here. So once we have done it, we can take the export also, we can just simply close also, because in the report we are getting that. If I want to prepare the graph also, we can just see like this. On this particular graph, this is a pattern has been written, how the sun will going to be moved and how the shading will going to be occur on the particular site. Okay, so once we have written this, then we can just click on the OK, and we can just close this particular parameter. So now we can just ready for the simulation also. But one thing also, if I want to tell you that in the near shading option, if you are clicking on the import button, so if you are ready-madely prepare anything in the Helioscope, rather if you are preparing in the Google SketchUp also, so that ready-made figure also you can able to import, but that is in the 3ds format from the Google SketchUp, that will going to be import actually. So simply we'll have to click on the import button, from which software that we are going to do, that also will have to be give, and then we can import in the 3ds format. Once we have done it, click on the OK button. Now for the further parameter will going to be C. So once we have done all this particular parameter, like the main parameter optional, just save the project. Just save the project like this, and later we can do the further simulation.